So huge thanks to Lockheed Martin for being our partner today for the future of defense, and I'm very excited to welcome to the stage Lockheed Martin's Chief Operating Officer, Frank St. John. Frank, welcome to the future of defense. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So let's jump right into a big topic. As we all know, as regular readers of Collins' newsletter, the Golden Dome is a huge project coming up. And so I would love to get, like, from your vantage point, from Lockheed's vantage point, what's your vision for Golden Dome?
Well, I think when it comes to Golden Dome, Lockheed Martin's vision is all about modern deterrence. Secretary Pateta was very eloquent on that point. And when we look at the threats that we're seeing in real-world events, from ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, armed drones, we understand that we need to develop a deterrence capability to prevent that from happening in our homeland. And we also recognize that that needs to be developed in a way that is going to be an open architecture that can field capability initially and grow over time as new threats evolve and new technologies come online. We also believe that this is not a Lockheed Martin all-blue solution. This is going to have to be an all-of-industry approach, and it's going to be ourselves, it's going to be other prime contractors, it's going to be tech providers, people that provide cloud services, high-performance computing. It's going to be new startups that have algorithms that get folded in. And so, as the world's leader in integrated air and missile defense, we think we have a leading role to play.
Yeah.
But we think we're going to be orchestrating a team.
Is it going to be just one RFP for one contract and we'll be done? This is going to be a lot.
Well, it's going to be a lot. And the reason it's going to be a lot is because there's already a lot of existing capability that's been fielded and proven today. And that's going to form the foundation of the initial Golden Dome
Let's go a little bit deeper into the capabilities. You mentioned a few. Like, what are the things that you think are going to have to be a part of this? Go a little deeper on those.
Yeah, well, the first thing that has to happen is Golden Dome is going to be a space-enabled capability. There has to be remote sensing capability to understand what's happening left of launch, to be able to detect those launches and then track those threats as they come towards us. There has to be a command and control system, as I mentioned, that knits together all of the different elements, the ground-based sensors, the surface sensors, space as well. And then there has to be a scaled munitions capability that ramps up from where we're at today and provides enough munitions capability to deal with the volume of threats that we're likely to see.
So that's a lot, some existing technologies, some new technologies. The Trump administration has a really ambitious timetable for this. Do you want to give us a reality check on that? What is possible?
So what is possible is an initial capability within a couple of years that will take those existing systems, things like Aegis, like C2BMC, interceptors like THAAD and Patriot, other fire control loops like IBCS, integrate those together to create a starting capability. What'll come on over time in subsequent years will be things like space-based interceptors, things like more artificial intelligence decision aids,
right,
directed energy effectors, those sorts of things that'll be matured and integrated in over time.
How flexible are those timetables if you were to start ballparking, like when some of these things might show up?
Well, I think there's going to be demonstrations of capability probably within about 12 months.
Right.
I think that initial capability will be within 2 to 3 years. And then you're going to start to see things like space-based interceptors demonstrated by 2028.
Let's dig in. Like, the ambitions of it are so huge. I think that might present a lot of challenges. And, like, you have a lot of experience dealing with, like, these big, complicated projects. What are the big challenges you see in Golden Dome specifically, and how do you think you can help?
Well, I think one of the big challenges is because there's so much space capability required in terms of the tracking and transport layers, in terms of those space-based interceptors. An industry that is used to developing bespoke capabilities and putting something on orbit every few years is going to have to get more into a rate production model. And so we're investing now in rate production to triple, quadruple satellite production to be able to meet that need. Similarly, on the munitions front, we're working with the administration now to double and triple quantities of munitions and put the infrastructure in place to bring that online along with the supply chain. And then lastly, the data element of it. This is a huge data issue. You have to move a lot of data very rapidly, make decisions very capably. And so that command and control system that's an open architecture that can plug and play new capabilities is something that's yet to be developed.
Some of the words you've used, like plug and play, and the systematic nature of it, makes it feel like it's less about building something so bespoke and more something more broad that can maybe be used in different kinds of ways or that can fit into the different goals of the project.
Yeah, it has to be adaptable because the threat is going to evolve, and we have to have something that anticipates and stays ahead of that threat.
This isn't your first rodeo, as I would love to say. Like, you've been involved in these kinds of big projects before, the defense of Guam, other kinds of missile projects. Are there things that you maybe have learned from those that you feel like would be very applicable as we start to think about the rollout of Golden Dome?
Yeah, so two programs come to mind. One is C2BMC, and the thing that we've learned from that is the value of bringing the best of industry together. We lead a national team, but there's about 12 or 14 different participants on that team, all of whom are bringing their best capabilities. We recently integrated a fire control loop from IBCS. We're integrating AI decision aids from other providers. We've integrated space-based command and control as well. And so that, I guess I'd say that model is something that we've learned and we think we're going to carry forward into an overarching Golden Dome C2. When it comes to defense of Guam, the thing that was at a premium there was speed. So it was, what can you take that exists today? An Aegis fire control system, a VLS expeditionary launcher, an SM-3 and a TPY-6 radar, and in less than 2 years, stitch those together and be able to demonstrate a deterrence capability very rapidly and very effectively.
Right.
And that is what's going to be needed at the front end of Golden Dome, is take things that exist and pull them together quickly.
It sounds like the bottom line here for something this big and ambitious, the two pieces are like partnership and agility. How can you get a lot of people working together, and how can you get them moving very quickly?
Absolutely.
Before we run out of time here at Axios, we would end on one fun thing or one cool thing. And like, if I have someone from Lockheed Martin, I got to ask about the Skunk Works, right? So tell me the coolest thing you've worked on, the neatest thing. It can be totally top secret. We'll just share it, in this room.
So as you might imagine, in 43 years, I've worked on a lot of cool things, many of which I can't say in this room.
Oh.
So what I'll tell you about is like the most recent cool thing. So in a matter of months, we took a legacy Lima model Black Hawk helicopter,
Right.
and stripped out everything that makes it a manned platform and put in a fly-by-wire autonomy kit and developed something we call the U-Hawk. And it basically will haul tons of equipment in a contested logistics environment flown by a person on an iPad. And it can also integrate air-launched effects to take ISR and lethality deep into contested battle spaces without risking pilots. So that's the most recent cool thing.
And this is a real thing. Like, I think this came out at AUSA.
It was on the show floor at AUSA, and
Right.
We're working to get them fielded now.
How soon am I going to see those flying over my head?
First beginning of the second quarter probably is.
Second quarter next. That's pretty cool, and that's pretty soon. That's awesome. Frank, thanks so much for being here. Huge thanks to Lockheed Martin for being a partner with us today.